Hey, welcome back to Fearless Thinking. Happy Friday, everybody. It's your host, Michael Devous, on the Fearless Thinking podcast. This is episode 15, The Tightrope of Integrity. Stop justifying what you know to be wrong. Ooh, you got caught. Dang. All right. This week we have been exploring integrity. The first week we explored authenticity, and the second week we explored the impactful journey of our fearless road on entrepreneurial on our entrepreneurial journey. Oh, it is Friday. I need a break. Oh, all right. We are exploring the last part of our unwavering integrity by stop justifying what you know to be wrong and taking a look at that. Remaining true to our values, even in difficult situations, can build trust and strengthen us for our entrepreneurial journey. And we need to be fortified for this journey. We asked for it. We stepped onto that road when we decided we wanted to take on the world and build a business, right? So we need to have that fortitude. We need to be strong. So we're going to shift our perspective real quick, and we're going to imagine, we're walking a tightrope this time, and the path is narrow. And if you miss a step, what could happen? Right? You fall. And justifying what wrong actions on our journey and our business models is like walking that tightrope, but only doing it blindfolded. I mean, it might seem like you're getting a quick solution, but the risk of falling, damaging your reputation, and eroding your trust is so high. And you don't want to do that. So let's imagine instead that, if we're walking this tightrope with clear vision, clear focus, we've been practicing our balance, we've been working on our integrity, working on our motives, and we've got that balance underneath us. We're focused and we're confident, and we know that what we are doing will help us get to the other side safely and securely. This is the power of having unwavering integrity. This is the power of not justifying wrong thinking, right? It allows you to make those tough decisions, even when they're not popular. They help you build trust with your stakeholders in the long run. They see, your stakeholders see, you see, your inner stakeholder, that higher thinking person up in there sees when you make those decisions, knows, it goes, marks that down. He did good this week. Wow. I thought he was going to fold. I thought he was going to drop that one. I thought he wasn't going to make a really good decision on that one. It was going to be like, oh man, now we're going to take 2 steps back, 1 step forward. Your inner stakeholder recognizes these things and it knows. So that's a good thing. You want to be holding in alignment with that, you know. And there are fears that are going to come up when you decide to actually do the decision that isn't the popular decision, to make that hard choice, right? That's the belief that everyone bends the rules at some time, right? Or that I can do something, this is easier. I can get away with something, right? If I'm not doing the right thing. But I will invite you to reframe your fear again as an opportunity to build a stronger company and a stronger reputation by making the difficult choices for ethical conduct. This attracts your investors who value social responsibility and inspire future generations of entrepreneurs. It inspires your team and inspires your inner stakeholder who recognizes and sees you that you're doing worthy things. You're making worthy choices for yourself and for your future and for your business in the long run and not the short term. Um, this ways to overcome some of these fears, when you're faced with these tough, unpopular decisions, these challenging decisions, if you develop a strong moral compass. We're talking about our compass all the time. Navigating your fearless road on this journey is, you got to have a compass, and with the pieces that put your compass together, your integrity, your why, your purpose, your passion, all these different things your value system, those are all inside your compass and help guide you. If you've solidified your core values, what ethical principles are non-negotiable for you, right? Ethical principles, they're not negotiable. You just don't do things that impede or erode that value system. A strong internal compass guides your decision making every single time. Think about that compass. Think about all the things you put in there, all that time you've spent. Seek out ethical role models. Having that mentor or that other role model in your life that helps you stay on target. If you've done some of the healthy work that we talked about this past week, and you've looked at yourself in the mirror, done some self-reflectioning, self-reflecting, You can you can figure out where your weaknesses are. You can see what those are, and then you can find a role model that can help reflect that back to you, right? So if you know that you stumble a little bit in some areas with your ethical thinking and your decision making, maybe there's a role model out there who doesn't do that, who uses and practices certain steps and strategies to help them stay on target. Maybe you make that person your role model. You surround yourself with a person that actually upholds certain ethical standards that are higher than yours, so that their example can inspire you to do the same. I have a couple friends like that. um, while I'm not, I'm not a full-blown Christian. I normally don't bring God and stuff into this, but I will say that I do believe out there's a power out there, and I do believe in that. But I actually have a few people in my life who are devout Christians, and I love having them nearby. I like talking to them and bouncing off some things about them because I'm really inspired by their faith. And I love that they have that, and that's good for them. It works for them. Um, but there's something interesting about their ethical values. Their compass always points due north, right? They're really strong. My sister is one of those persons where her compass is always due north. Should never harm anybody and should never do anything wrong. Um, Mine, on the other hand, I think I'd call it a flexible compass. I think that there are times when I'm willing to adjust some of my thinking and my behavior and my strategies based on the situation that I'm in. And I wonder if sometimes that suggests that that I'm wishy-washy when it comes to those things. And I wonder if perhaps that erodes my own internal integrity. Um, but it's just the way I've always been. I've always thought that what's appropriate for the circumstance? What do I bring to that? Some people don't. Some people bring the same thing every time. And I love that about them. I need them around because I like to have them over here going, okay, how would you do this? And then I can make a better decision with that impact, having my role model, my ethical role model around me. Three, build a culture of open communication. I think almost every single one of these is about open communication and transparency, is one of the core tenets of building integrity and authenticity into the framework of your business model and your life, right? Encouraging open communication within your company, within your life, within your friends. It creates that same safe space we were talking about, where your employees and your team can feel safe to voice their concerns about certain questionable practices that come up. Sometimes we may not, because of our filters, because of our experiences and our background, we may not see that decision that we just made as being questionable, right? We may go, what's the big deal? Because we are coming from a certain place inside our own jar. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you're mean and bad. It doesn't mean you're unethical or you don't have good values. But it does mean that without that external viewpoint and perspective, looking back at the choices you're making and helping you see them slightly differently, you could be making a questionable decision for yourself and your company. And you need that input and feedback. So build a culture of open communication. And number four, embrace transparency. That's the second part of this. Open communication and transparency. They go hand in hand. Be open and honest with the stakeholders in your business. Be open and honest with your internal high stakeholder, right? About challenges that you think you're facing. When you're journaling, and we've talked about this earlier, if you're journaling down and you're doing your self-reflection, you know what those challenges are. You've been honest with yourself and they're up front, they're in front of you. So you can see what those challenges are. And you shared them with other people so they can help A, address those challenges, B, backfill for those challenges if there are weaknesses that you have, fill that skill gap, right? Transparency fosters trust and allows for collaborative solutions. Collaborative solutions are the way to go. And you don't have all the answers, And especially if you're operating from within inside your own jar and you're operating with your own filters and your own perspectives, you need those collaborative solutions to approach and deal with all the challenges that are coming your way so you can come out the other side even better, right? Now, this reduces the risk of legal issues. That's one of the benefits. Hello, nobody wants to go to court over this stuff. You don't want to make a decision that got you in that kind of hot water. Ethical conduct minimizes all legal risks and problems that could ultimately derail your business, and no one wants to do that. No one wants to be anywhere near that. Like, no, thank you very much. It also helps you build stronger investor relationships. If you're scaling and you're prepared to scale, if you're going to scale, if you're planning on scaling, you're going to need investors. You're going to need people who believe not only in your product, but are willing to put their money into it, right? And investors seek partners with strong ethical values. That is important for them. If they're putting up their money and they're taking that risk, they certainly want to know that you have those good core ethical values. And if you're building and putting a team around you that can question your motives, question and point out the things that may or may not be in alignment to make sure that as a team you stay in alignment with those ethical values, your investors see that kind of team building that you've made. They see the environment that you created. They know their money's going in a safe place. Upholding integrity strengthens investor confidence, right? Now, how does not justifying bad decision making actually help create a more inclusive and diverse environment? Well, it creates a fair playing field when everybody can operate on the same safe playing field with integrity. There's a level playing field for all entrepreneurs and all team people, regardless of their background, right? They see you not compromising yourself in those decisions. And it promotes employee trust, right? Employees who see their leaders act with integrity feel more valued and appreciated and empowered to contribute their best. And that only makes all boat rises. That helps everyone. So remember, cultivating unwavering integrity. This is the last episode of the week, episode 15. Cultivating unwavering integrity means doing the right thing even when it's hard, even when you see that there's an easier path over here. That's tough. I get it. Like, it's gonna be, you're gonna have it thrown in front of you on your path. So refuse to justify wrong decisions and wrong actions. Just refuse outright. Stand up for yourself and stand up for your internal high stakeholder, and develop a strong moral compass by creating a culture of open communication, sharing that with other people, and remember, a clear conscience and a commitment to ethical conduct can always pave the way for a successful and enduring business and entrepreneurial journey, no matter where you are. Beginning, middle, end, right? All right. Thanks for joining us this week for episode 15, The Tightrope of Integrity. Gosh, it's been a good one. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to take on, while we're on this journey. So remember, integrity is your safety net. And keep leading, keep learning, and keep building your business with a strong moral foundation. And you know what? Success will just come. It'll come naturally. Your team will love you. Your investors will follow. Your customers will buy from you every single time. So this concludes our exploration of stopping justifications for wrongdoing and a little bit of our deep dive into integrity this week. So remember, the learning journey never ends. So keep listening. Do the likes and the subscribes and all those things for us, if you will. 4 or 5 stars would be kind of cool. If you could do that, that'd be great. But otherwise, it's Friday, man. Go have a fantastic weekend. Keep building that future with incredible people and build trust and integrity and have ethical behavior, and maybe do a little bit of fearless thinking this weekend. Okay, take care.